Daddy, I'm so alone. I don't have anything anymore. All I do is sit and look at my phone and think of all the terrible things that I've done, and then I go to work, and then I drink, and then I come home to no one.
You probably already worked too much sometime in life. Or maybe know someone who had a personal problem and thought that just keeping on working would fix things. With Yelena, it was no different. As happens with most people who does this, even with potential professional success, a life without self-reflection will at some time befalls you. She felt like an object, moving from one place to another, fulfilling duties blindly, without understanding what or why she was doing them. Carrying a void inside her, she had no purpose at all. There was no meaning to life, just emptiness and loneliness.
I've just been wondering, like, what is the point in any of this?
When things don't work out, we often look for our father. However, Yelena's father is not only trapped in a past that was once glorious, but it is now reduced to a miserable existence, and also doesn't understand what is the point of our mission and work in this life.
Point of work is fame and fortune. Fortune buys friends and love and a lot of cool clothes.
Trying to change things at work, she ends up trapped and meets a team of other defectively losers, antisocial tragedy in human form, that could compete with one another for worst life story. A science experiment who grew up in a lab, a knockoff egocentric Captain America, who failed to be a superhero, lost his true treasure while worried about his professional career and lies to try to keep a false image. And herself, a spy with a childhood stolen. All failed people who face their profession with a trace of blood, a job where they could be destroyed at any moment, as many have, right in front of them. They also meet, of course, a depressed former addict who thinks that he always makes everything worse, and looks like an ordinary citizen. Beyond appearance, he reminds each one of the worst that exists inside them. And seeing their own dark side, we are reminded that we can also be taken over by ours, when we are swallowed and surrounded by loneliness, feeling the void and trying to just shove it down. The worst possible group of people to work together, facing a life threat, they now have to try to work together to at least survive. After all, they are facing a person that for now, has a big power over them. Representing the ambitious who operate only from the shadows, believing that life is nothing more than a game for power and that you can't be good if you want to accomplish something meaningful, Valentina acts through control, manipulation, legal loopholes, and deceit, manipulating the media and orchestrating false narratives, claiming she will look after the citizens now that the Avengers are gone, staging events to deceive voters using the image of the Avengers, while at the same time trying to erase any trace of her criminal activities. But she is not the only one to manipulate media, and her political opponent, as any other politician, tries to say that the system will work, and supposedly mentors this new, terrible congressman. A former hero who seems to also being lost in life and trying to adapt to a new work, Bucky Barnes is struggling between two worlds. Almost embarrassed, he is trying to change who he is, and in the process, it is perhaps losing his own identity. Facing a political system that accomplishes little and buries itself in bureaucracy, packages, and votes, he has to rediscover his path. Seizing opportunities, taking risks and returning to what he is truly capable of. He is not sure yet of what to do, but ends up not only saving the lost team, but also becoming a mentor to them.
Look, I've been where you are. You can run, but it doesn't go away. Sooner or later, it catches up to you, and when it does, it's too late. So you can either do something about it now, or live with it forever.
We can't stay trapped in the past. It doesn't matter what they did to you, or what you did wrong, or what they say about you now. It doesn't matter if your past was glorious or horrific. What matters is what you choose to do from this moment forward, freely deciding to face evil and trying to transform bad things from the past into something good.
You want to know when I was really happy?
Yes, please.
When I was serving my country. As a hero. Saving civilians in the streets. Being cheered on by the crowd. Adored like a god. Невероятно. There is no higher calling.
There is a yearning to do good within us, and together, the Thunderbolts will fight to do the right thing, following this hero path, and be beat out by the Super Bob. A man trapped in the same snare of trying to live out a false image, carefully crafted and manipulated by Valentina, clinging to his delusions of human greatness and power. Trying to prove to others that he can be great, he can't even save himself, showing that without inner order, you can't accomplish anything real in life. You might have superpower, but if you can't control the dark side inside you, the shadows and weakness can overtake. And without knowing how or what to do, you might even abandon your own family. Alone, the void will consume you, and your raw, uncontrolled skills may become a sign of internal and external destruction. But if you allow yourself to open up and be helped, if you stop burying your problems and instead let others into your inner attic, then you might be able to face challenges together, united. And then, you'll find the path forward, because when you stumble, someone could appear and see you as you've never been seen before. Seeing in you not who you are now, but who you could become, and the good you are called to do with the gifts you received.
You're stuck, you're alone, you look only at the bed. When I look at you, I don't see your mistakes. That's why we need each other.
With the help of others, you'll be able to confront your deepest fears. It might even seem ridiculous, a group trying to face evil together. But that doesn't mean you'll know how to do it in the first time. Facing the great inner darkness that is inside you, if before we lived for our own individual glory, first we have to die for ourselves. And in the afterlife, realize that we can do good starting with small steps, by helping one person at a time. In other words, the first step is to abandon the pursuit of self-interest. Step outside yourself and seek to serve and save the ones right around you, right in front of you. As you speak up, accept help and begin to feel lighter, freer, you might finally use your abilities to do good and maybe even help society. Then, over time, as a team, you may be able to do something greater together. It doesn't mean you won't be questioned or face difficult situations, but if you keep fighting and stay on this path, you will be fulfilled. Might even achieve some goals, even the silly ones, and without even realizing it, will be living a heroic life.